This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Kitchen Concepts Plus.
It's the heart of your home. It's where you might get that life-affirming cup of coffee first thing in the morning. It's where you go for your midnight snack.
It may even be where the family congregates at the end of a work or school day. We, of course, talking about the kitchen, and renovating your kitchen to keep up with your life may be something you've considered. Maybe you're not considering it because you don't think you have the space to get the upgrade you want. Well, Mike Donahue of Kitchen Concepts in Salisbury says working with the space you have is a lot easier than you might think. Interior design trends from the 90s was all about making the home feel comfy and cozy. A U-shaped kitchen was part of those trends.
It was. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it was fairly small, typical again for that era of home.
So when Mike Donahue with Kitchen Concepts was called for an upgrade, he knew walls would be moving to go from comfy and cozy to open and bright.
In this case, we were able to take 2 walls down.
One wall was between the kitchen and the dining room.
And then we actually opened up and closed the screened-in porch in and made that all part of the living areas.
The formal dining room that once occupied this space is now in what used to be the formal living room.
It just happened to work out really well. Not too many people really use formal living rooms anymore, so it worked out great as a dining room. Able to get a bigger table, more seats, and the flow based on how we put the new kitchen together just made it really easy to service the dining room if you're having a big party or Christmas and Thanksgiving, that kind of thing.
Mike says that's what homeowners are looking for in the kitchen area, an open space to entertain.
I think any kind of things for entertainment. I mean, we've gotten used to over the last few years spending a lot more time at home and maybe not so much going out. And so having friends over and making the space really comfortable for those kind of gatherings has been part of the design that we've seen over the last few years.
And in this case, additional space for a mudroom and sitting area.
We were able to work that into the plan for sure, and it wasn't a full addition for us, but it was the same work we do all the time in our kitchens and bathrooms. We've got framing, drywall, paint, a lot of interior trim and things like that.
This kitchen checks all the boxes for the latest trends in kitchen design with its lighter cabinets and countertops.
Definitely much lighter, and even in that sense, we're finding use of LED lights, whether it's ceiling lights, recessed lights, or under cabinet or in cabinet lighting. All of that's become part of the new design to brighten the space.
And storage space all around.
That's probably the one thing that everyone complains about in whatever size kitchen they have is not enough storage space. So you really have to take that into account. First, placing the appliances in a good location so that there's good flow in the kitchen, and then building the storage capacity around that.
Mike says a new kitchen design usually starts with a few basic ideas.
Their wish list, their want list. So these are the things that we really would love to have in our space if you can figure out how to make it work. So that's kind of how this started out. But then as we went through the design process, we were like, well, hey, if we could do this, would this be something that you'd be interested in?
Once the design is set, Mike and his crew do all the rest.
We handle the process from start to finish, again, from the design through permitting and engineering of, like you said, those load-bearing walls, all the way through to completion.
A lot goes into turning this into this. But with Kitchen Concepts on the job, all you have to think about is how enjoyable it'll be to wake up every day to the kitchen of your dreams. Now, the folks at Kitchen Concepts understand that cost may be a huge factor when wanting to renovate. Mike says they offer a large selection of materials that allow you to stay within your budget.
Holy mackerel, the difference.
It's amazing.
And they took out the wall to make all that happen.
Yeah, took out a couple walls.